As you may remember, 2 days ago, in one of my videos, I said that on Friday, a political clown and drug addict with experience, Volodymyr Zelensky, would visit the United States to meet with the current owner of the White House. It was assumed that this dead man walking, and Donald Trump, would sign an agreement on rare earth minerals at this meeting. Back then, as you remember, I advised you to get comfortable and stock up on popcorn, as this meeting promised to turn into a real explosive show. And, as time has shown, I was right again. The Ukrainian and European media are still shocked by the negotiations between Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky. Honestly, what happened in the White House can hardly be termed negotiations. Everything happening was more like a real skirmish and a heated argument. There were even moments when it seemed to many that this dispute could escalate into a real brawl.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
you're doing.
Big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. Our military.
What about West?
If you didn't have our military equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks. Gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
Yes, my dear truth seekers, these shots will go down in history. Just now, right before your eyes, Zelensky shattered Ukraine's final hope for survival and the preservation of its statehood. US President Donald Trump and Vice President James David Vance literally destroyed the head of the Kiev regime by dropping truth bombs on him. Journalists present at the White House noticed that the Ukrainian ambassador covered her face with her hand so as not to see this disgrace. Later, Fox News journalist Jackie Heinrich said that Volodymyr Zelensky was not going to leave the White House. According to her, US President Donald Trump kicked Zelensky out. Jackie Heinrich claims that the Ukrainian delegation literally begged Donald Trump to give them one last chance and restart the meeting. However, Secretary of State Marco Rubio and National Security Advisor Michael Waltz said that Volodymyr Zelensky and his entire delegation should immediately leave not only the White House, but also the United States. Journalists noticed that Zelensky, who was leaving the White House, was depressed, and that for the first time in 5 years, he refused to answer journalists' questions. Well, my dear truth seekers, as you can see, everything that Vladimir Putin said about Zelensky turned out to be true. In particular, a few days ago, Putin bluntly stated that Zelensky had become a toxic person for the Ukrainian army and the citizens of Ukraine. According to him, Zelensky is destroying not only the Ukrainian army, but also Ukraine's statehood. Putin also added that Zelensky does not need peace, and that he will do everything to disrupt the ongoing peace talks between the United States and Russia. Against this backdrop, it can be assumed that if Zelensky does not leave his post voluntarily, then the Ukrainians themselves will physically eliminate him. The fact is that Ukrainians themselves are well aware that Zelensky, with his inadequate policy and inability to agree, can completely destroy not only Ukraine's statehood, but also its entire population.